I think you can kill me.
6 May of 2018. New year, new times, good times. I don't know.
I'm gonna end this.
Welcome to show view,
Okay.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
Specifically Kaliandra. Yeah, it's been a nice flight going here.
It's really awkward.
Thank you, Bianca, for making a fool out of me twice on the same day. Hello, my name is Zach, the guy you see now at the frame. The girl who's recording, the woman who's recording this footage is Bianca. We're both grade 9 and we are partnered up to express our story in Kaliandra. Making handcrafts. Clearly, I did my job well. There are a couple of missed dots. It's masterpiece. We are divided into groups, which means that me and Bianca will not be in the same house due to courtesy of our own privacies.
Winner! Cottage, guys! Okay, this is really exciting. Wait, can we take off our shoes, please? Outside, like outside. Of course.
We settled in the house a bit, me and my group. It's pretty cool, it has good, somewhat good scenery, it was alright. But
It's really dark,
things
though.
are never perfect. What you see is what you get, sort of thing.
Ooh, I want here. Gaby, let's be here. Gaby, di atas yuk. Look at how cool this is. Look at there's a That's fine.
Back lagi,
Yeah.
back. Oh my god. Mau di foto apa kagak sih?
After that, there's not much going on, according to the schedule, but we started singing at dinner. It was really cool. It would have lasted forever, things does not last forever. So we went to bed and prepare for ourselves for what will happen, the activities we will do during the next day.
Okay, wait. This is gonna be our first night here, guys. Yes.
Let's have a good night's sleep, guys. I'm
For only 3 hours because we have to wake up at 12 tomorrow. Today, tomorrow, whatever.
Ini punya ayah.
It was really hectic, the temperature outside that time, between the time of 12 and 4, it was really freezing. I need to wear layers of clothing, but in spite of that, it was still freezing for me. But gosh, I forgot to bring a handcuff. It was really important to bring a handcuff to prevent your hand to freeze. So,
In a way, I'm
but
covering the sunrise.
during the sunrise, it was, the scenery was outstanding. Some might say it's worth it to wake up 12 o'clock. Alright, what I think about this is that the sunrise really tears me up. Friends are all around me, and I would realize that, wow, this is probably gonna be the last time. Oh no, one of the most memorable times I will, hang out with my friends. Sort of emotional. I almost got teared up, but my tears would froze into popsicle because of the temperature.
It's bright, but it's actually dark here. It's 5. It's 5 minus 15, which is 4:45. I don't know where Bianca is. She might be still there or somewhere there. I guess it's pitch black except for the, camera. It's great. It's 8 degrees, but to me it's minus 20. Good thing I have a good jacket.
But you didn't bring your glove, right? You lost your glove.
Yeah, I lost my glove trying to get water because water is important.
Hey, this video is sponsored by Aqua.
Hey, it's me again. A lot has happened today. It has been 5:35.
Wait, I don't forget to visit
And look, look, the sunrise has came, so that's great.
Don't forget to visit
really-
loganpaul.com.
It's really bright. Don't ignore this peasant. As you can see, today,
Have you seen the loganpaulshop.com?
today we're gonna visit
Visit the
that
loganpaul.com shop.
right. We're gonna visit that mountain and hopefully we survive.
Then,
Michael here.
hours passed by, and we traveled to the Kaliandra mountain, which is, at an hour of 9 a.m. or even 8. It was somewhat hot, but that made me realize that the climate in Kaliandra was really hectic. At night times it was really freezing, but at the afternoon it was really hot. So when I went to the mountain from the hill that I was in to see the sunrise, it was like comparing that, it was like teleporting from Alaska to Saudi Arabia in the desert. The mountain is filled with sand and horses, and not to mention feces of those horses. It was scattering all around. I think I stepped on one or two. I wasn't really careful because the scenery there was great. I was really distracted. Alright, so my class was told that we would hike the Kaliandra mountain, but most of us uses horses because it's I think it's half a kilometer or 1 kilometer journey from where the Jeep parked and where the peak of the mountain is. Anyway, halfway through the journey I decided to use horses because my leg isn't that great at walking. Later that day, eventually I would reach the peak of the mountain, but I thought to myself that it wasn't really worth it.
We're currently in Mount Roma.
Yes.
Yeah. It's really cold here.
Yeah,
And
it's very hot.
it's really cold. But it looks hot, but it's really cold. And we rode horses to get here.
Yes, we need to go that way. But we need to wait for the teachers, so we're safe.
Yeah, well, it was really fun. With the horse ride, it's really expensive. But
I went up there. There's nothing. Nada. There's only humid. No, there's no humid. There's only poison. You go up there, there's poison. There's sulfur.
You're gonna die in the next 3 hours.
So here's how the logic works. So you get tired after you climb up the stairs, right? And as soon as you know, you will die from poison.
So, what the gas smells like is like a rotten egg. No, actually, rotten egg that has been on a trash bin for nearly a month. Magma-derived gas emissions. It was really poisonous, and with such a high concentration, it's not really good for your lungs, you know. So this is kind of a warning for tourists. You know, if you want to climb up the mountain, make sure that the gas, you know, you see isn't really popping out. Then we went back to the jeep and we would have breakfast. We went on ruler meteorology of volcanoes of Bromo. You know, what I hear is that Bromo is actually still an active mountain. My friends there were asleep, didn't catch what the, you know, explain what the meteorologists on Kaliandra were explaining because we're too tired. Like, I think most of my friends slept rather than listening to what the meteorologist has, you know, explained. You know, from what I heard, when I was not sleeping, when I was actually listening to the meteorologist, I heard that to measure the amount of gas being an output of the Mount Bromo, they use the rainmaker. That's it. That's all I listened. I'm sorry.
Menghasilkan gempa-gempa, gitu kan? Makanya adanya seismograf. Terus di analog ini, nah kayak gini kan getar nih. Ini tuh gempa dari gunung. What song is that, forgot? Oh yeah, oh my god, I forgot.
Hey, day 3 of this beautiful camp. This morning we just have a yoga. My bones are aching. How about you? How's your bones after yoga?
I want to see you be brave.
Okay.
You know, we're currently in organic farm. We're about to go in and listen to the woman talk. Yeah.
We would plant the topai seedling. That's what I heard. In my opinion, organic farm is somewhat environmentally better than the industrial cultivated farm systems that we use because one, because mainly organic farm minimize solid degradation and erosion. It protects the environment by decreasing pollution that we outputted on the air. You know, many types of pollution. It maximizes productivity and it increases the health. You know, we don't use chemicals such as fertilizers. You know, chemically developed fertilizers that would somewhat cause cancer. After we had organic farm, we would travel deep into the resort and we would arrive at the outbound area.
Exciting.
Excited? Say something.
Something. Yeah, I'm excited. Hell yeah, finally. Hey there, folks. Pizza Face here. Quick update. I'm gonna be the last participant on this outbound. You know, I'm last but quite excited. I'm here with Adam, the dumb boy.
The dumb boy?
The dumb boy.
It was really somewhat, you know, hectic. It was really stressing. during that moment because there are some things that I didn't quite do well during Outbound. So and then at night is probably the most memorable experience so far during the trip.
Yeah.
This is our last night here in Kaliandra, and we're about to have our gala dinner. We were required to wear kebaya and this Japanese clothing. It's gonna be a really fun night. I'm really excited.
Anything you want to say? For those who made it this far, this part of the video, thank you.
So to commemorate to commemorate people who are leaving SBR for next year, we are attending on a gala dinner, and then the class would put on traditional Indonesian clothing and have a dinner. And then at that night, everyone who is leaving SBR for next year gave a wonderful speech. Here it is. It has been 3 years since we first started middle school, and over that course of time, I have met great friends in spite of my lack in friendship, and for that I feel very blessed, very grateful, and not to mention very lucky to even meet someone as unique with a good personality. I hate that I do regrettable stuff, which not only affects me but also affects my friends. And though it has been hard for me to forgive myself from doing so, I really hope that one day you can find it in your heart and forgive me for what I've done. And for those who are leaving school next year, I hope after this separation and only a month later, I hope we don't lose contact or forget each other. And I hope you get what you wanted so desperately in life. I hope you are successful, and if you want to achieve something, don't let anything stand in your way. Thank you.
So I spend my whole life hiding my heart away. I can't spend my whole life hiding my heart away.
Day 5 of the Kaliandra trip. It it has been a quite actually short journey. I didn't feel the time because of the fun I had
This is our last
during this
day
trip.
in Kaliandra, and we just finished playing paintball.
Yeah.
Paintball, yeah. I was in the yellow team. He was in the green team, and green team won. So I was
Hell
not
yeah.
about that, but yeah.
11 shots. I got 2 shots. Like one on my chest, one on my butt. How about you?
I got one on my neck, and it hurt like yeah.
Wait, did you?
But it was fun. It was really fun.
Then the next activity that we encountered was really cool.
Anyways, now is 8:05, and look where we are after paintball. we're lost in Neverland. Oh, do you hear that? That's the sound of a peacock. Oh,
there's a peacock right
there's
there.
right there.
Oh, it's so cool. Look at it. I can't seem to get it. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is.
We went there. Our initial purpose,
There are more over there.
our main purpose to go to that area
You're
where
on board on the
peacocks
peacock.
are lying around
Mission.
is to have a photo taking. It was so cool. There are white
There's
peacocks
like a brown,
and
brown.
hybrids. I was really astonished because I didn't know white peacocks exist. I thought there was only one type of peacock. You know, the blue, the colorful one.
Look at that one. The white.
Yeah.
That one.
Unfortunately,
It's so long.
not all the peacocks are, showing off their feathers.
That one's open.
I was kind of bumped up,
Look at
but
There's so many
hey,
peacocks, dude. They're
I
so
get to
pretty.
see a peacock in real time. That was really cool
Yeah, I wanna
without
see-
going
look at
to
the
Taman
open one.
Safari.
Zach, come here. Zach. There's
Guys,
an
we
open
just
one right there.
encounter a peacock opening her tail. Please
Get away.
stay open. Please stay open.
And finally, we went to the airport, waved goodbye to Kaliandra, to Mount Bromo, to Surabaya.
Our camping trip to Kaliandra was definitely an unforgettable experience. I had lots of fun there and it was definitely special since it'll be my last year here in Kuala Lumpur and I'll definitely miss my friends. But anyways, the highlights of the camping for me is when we went to Mount Bromo. We had to wake up at 12 o'clock in the morning and we had to leave at 12:15 and we arrived there at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was really cold there and I only wore 2 layers of clothing, so it was definitely freezing for me, but I had fun anyways, and the pictures we took were really nice and I'm really satisfied with this whole trip. We went when we went to the mountain, I rode a horse, which is again really fun because it's been so long since I rode a horse and this is my only chance, I guess. But yeah, anyways, another one I enjoyed was the paintball. During paintball, I got shot in the neck and got to shoot other people too. It was really fun and I got even though we lost, I guess, but I still enjoyed it. The next one we had was the next one I enjoyed was the wayang making because I succeeded while so many others failed, which is probably why it's a highlight. But I loved it very much, and I was planning to bring it home, but I left it in my cabin, and that's a bummer. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Okay.
Goodbye, Surabaya, and hello, Bogor.
Bye.
Falls shop.com.